As it is now, a lot of white people are literally in shock. A lot of white people are literally in panic that what black people have literally been enjoying free of charge is now unaliving their own, is now killing thousands of their own. I don't know if you guys have literally come across this post, but if you have, let me know in the comment section. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Sonia. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. Credit to the original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. I want to say a very big thank you to every single one of you liking, commenting, sharing, dropping super thanks. Also joining my membership. I do not take you guys for granted. You guys are absolutely the best. And yes, guys, with that being said, let's dive right into this video so that you guys can literally see with your own eyes, hear with your own ears, and I'll be back with commentaries. Let's go watch, guys.
So real fast, I wanted to remind y'all that the sun and the sky that we use every day just now murdered 1,000 white people in France. We need them same white people that went to the moon to take a trip over there to the sun and handle this shit. Start passing out some warrants, some goddamn APBs. Wakanda forever.
All right, racists.
If you're black and you get sunburned, then your genetics are trash or your diet is off. Yes, that's true.
Welcome back to class. Today, we have a guest speaker. Indigenous people all over the world have one thing in common. They don't burn in the sun. The skin, which is the universe's technology, protects against the harshness of the sun, which is something that non-Indigenous populations struggle with. But we're gonna let our guest professor take it from here.
Or you don't stay in the sun enough, one. Your diet is off, two. Or you put too many products on your skin, three. Everybody has melanin, but black people, we have eumelanin. Eumelanin is the dark hair, dark eyes, dark skin, which is our protection from the harsh UV rays from the sun. And melanin basically uses the sun's light energy to break down the water in our skin cells to change it into hydrogen and oxygen. So instead of the sun cooking our ass like some, it actually, when the sun penetrates our skin, the melanin diffuses the UV rays, and like I said, it breaks it down into hydrogen and oxygen, causing the cells to regenerate over and over, which is why you get darker and you don't burn. And that little process is called thermodissipation or photoprotection, or our way of going through photosynthesis, just like our kinfolk, plants.
Well, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
The sun kills white people, y'all. It murders them. The one thing on this planet everything thrives under kills y'all. And this is white people science. Y'all taught me this shit. Y'all told me Eskimos got slanty eyes because if you're from this area, you will adapt to this area eventually. Y'all been 1,000 years, still haven't developed melanin yet? Alien as fuck.
Do y'all think this shit is a game? I told y'all that this summer might be one of the hottest summers in human history. The NOAA already gave an official super El Nino warning. And this ain't just for America, this is worldwide. And now you see what's happening in Europe. You got 1,000 people dead from a heat wave. Temperatures raising higher than they ever seen before. Mind you, they're not used to those type of weathers. They're used to everything being much cooler than it is right now. They're not even used to having air conditioners because it doesn't get that hot there. But you see what happened when the norm starts to shift? You got people fighting in Europe to get air conditioners. You heard what I just said? They are fighting at different stores to buy air conditioners. Mind you, go down the rabbit hole, you'll see people were trampled trying to fight over air conditioners. And the craziest part about all of this is the summer has just begun. This is only the beginning. 50 million people lost their life in 1877 because of an El Nino. And now you fast forward to 2026 and this is what's going on. This is only the beginning. This is only the beginning. I'm out.
Bro, white people are so cooked right now, and I mean this literally. This is what's happening over in Europe right now. Extreme heat wave that has taken thousands of people's lives, and they literally have no idea how to deal. Look, bananas are literally falling off of the peels. It's so hot. Tires are melting, cars are melting. You can fry eggs from the sun over there, and thousands of people are now dead. The air conditioning isn't working, their systems are antiquated. Look at this, that's crazy. Meanwhile, over in China, they're playing the classic game of slip and slide, only they're doing it over buildings and streets and highways. I mean, they literally have a truck to cool down cars as they're driving. They even have street poles going across, cooling down the cars as they're driving. Why can't white people think of stuff like this? Only Asians would come up with such a simple solution to prevent cars from literally melting. White people, we are so doomed. It's crazy. I mean, I was literally scrolling through Kua.com. You know that place, the #1 place for you to get all of your world news at your fingertips and have an AI butler read it to you? Yeah, 2,000 people, 1,000 people in France, 1,000 people in Spain, dead on arrival because of this heat wave, because literally Europe has no idea how to deal with the sun. Maybe that's why everybody's white over there. My name is Mike Dean. You're watching the Daily Rumble. Follow along for more and go to Kua.com to get all of your news at your fingertips.
So 1,000 people have died in France from the heat. Excessive heat. And you don't believe in global warming. Now, if you don't know anything about Europe, this is all of Europe is in a heat wave right now, and they are usually a hazy shade of winter. It's at the point where they've legalized swimming in the rivers. You don't want to know what goes into the rivers in France. That's their sewer. And they're happy to swim in that water because it's that hot right now. There were reports of people on the street working as baristas and stuff like that, dropping dead at their jobs. It's so hot. And notoriously, they don't have air conditioning in most of their homes because this kind of heat doesn't happen. But right now, almost all of Europe is in a heat wave. And the health ministers there said it's going to be worse when they get the reports from the home care facilities. Yes, that's nursing homes. Old people in nursing homes that don't have air conditioning. So this is really bad, and nobody's covering it, except for TikTok reporters. But yeah, people are dropping like flies in Europe, and over 1,000 in France already from this excessive heat wave.
1,000 plus people died because of the sun in France, is that right? Meanwhile, I'm in the Dominican Republic. I'm in the sun every day, soaking up the sun, letting it change my melanin, letting it just deepen my skin color, just enjoying the sun. Look what they're doing. Need I say more? Why are they doing that? Because the sun is getting a little too hot for some people. Some people just ain't enjoying the sun as much as we enjoying the sun. I love the sun. I left Texas because I couldn't get no damn sun. Now I believe the sun is shining there now, but for months, the sun would not shine. I was in Dallas, it wouldn't shine. I was in Houston, it wouldn't shine. I was in College Station, it wouldn't shine. No matter where I went, the sun would not shine. Look at all this damn seaweed. They can't do nothing with it. And they can't do nothing with the sun. 1,000 plus people passed away because of the sun? Because of the sun? That's crazy. That's insane. To know that the sun is getting so intense that they got to put up this type of stuff. They can't stop what's coming. They can't stop what's coming. You can't stop the sun. You can block it here and there, but you can't stop what it's gonna do. 1,000 plus people passed away. They're not on Earth anymore. At least the soul isn't, because the sun got too hot for them. Earthquakes in diverse places, shaking up the place. So many things happening to the collective. But that's an amazing thing to hear, that 1,000 people passed away, and then there's more heat waves on the way. There are more heat waves on the way. There's more heat waves on the way. That's why they're doing all this. Because there's more on the way. They know. That's why they put up those towers years ago. That's why they knew it was coming. So they said, let's put up some towers. Let's plot against. Ain't that what the words say? Let's plot against them. They won't know it. Let's put up these towers, and then we'll use the same technology that we used against our enemies overseas, using weather, using clouds and stuff to make it rain. We'll do the same thing over here. Yeah, we're smart is what they thought. We're smarter than, they think they're smarter than the creator of everything. They think they're smarter than the Most High. That's just insane. 1,000 people passed away because the sun got too hot. 1,000 plus. That's probably not even the real numbers. And I asked the guy from France today. He was like, "Oh, it's probably the elderly." It don't matter who it was. 1,000 people passed away because the sun is too intense for them. Meanwhile, people like me in the sun every day. I'm out here every day soaking this mug up, trying to tan my whole body. I say I want to get me a little Speedo so I can get my cheeks tan too. I don't give a damn. I want my whole body to feel the sun. Every inch. I love the sun. These folks scared of the sun. They be on the beach with damn umbrellas. You don't put that umbrella down, get some of that. Oh, you can't take it. I get it. You can't take the sun. Look what they're trying to do. It's been all day here in the Dominican Republic. It's been like this all day. I saw it when they did it. I was like, what is they doing? Why they rolling out these? Then I looked at the report. 1,000 people passed away because the sun was too intense for them. I'm like, goodness. The words say people just gonna drop. They say they just gonna drop. They dropped from the heat. They ain't even seen nothing yet. You haven't even seen nothing yet. You ain't even seen no real terror, no real plagues, no real judgment. It ain't really even got hot yet. It hasn't really been hot. It feels great. See, I'm out here detoxifying. I used to smoke me marijuana all the time. Now I've stopped for about 2 weeks now. And now I'm just detoxifying in the sun. Just sweating it all out. Trying my best to eat healthy. Eating less food. Intentionally and unintentionally. The Most High is guiding us. He's definitely guiding me. Look what they're trying to do to it out here. All this. Y'all doing all this. This is $1 billion operation. That's what people don't understand. It is a $1 billion daily operation. With all this, that's billions of dollars of operation. Planes are involved. Train systems moving the product, moving the liquefied metals around. Oh man, it's billions of dollars. There's so many people involved in it. There are so many people involved in this deception that are gonna burn. They gonna burn for what they've done, for what they're trying to do. You think judgment ain't coming for the mass deception that they're doing to the people, to the Most High's people, shit, to the world? They're gonna burn because of it. That's why they trying to do it, because they know that they trying to avoid burning. You can't avoid it. You can't avoid judgment. It finds you. It's going to find you wherever you are. That's why people said, don't leave the United States. The whole world's going to tell. Yeah, well, you're damn right. So I might as well leave and come where the sun shines sometimes. But today they didn't let it shine. 1,000 people freaking dropped to their death because of the sun. That's crazy.
But they say the sun done killed 1,000 motherfuckers in France, boy. Meanwhile, I'm out here like this with them. every day. I ain't gonna say too much, man, but hey, man, the sun don't want you here. Why the fuck should I?
Hey, listen to me, bro. Hey, France over there, they unaliving at a high rate because of the fucking heat radiation. And if your ass not meant to be here, bro, your ass gonna have to deal with the same shit too, bro. That heat a motherfucker, bro. If your skin can't take that shit, bro, you done. Your ass better get that sunscreen, nigga. You better hope that shit save your life. Cause, hey, boy, the rate that this shit going, bro, you niggas got another thing coming, bro. Y'all better look at this shit right here, bro. Man, go look into what I'm talking about, bro. I just ain't talking, fam. If your ass not meant to be here, bro, you're done, bro. The planet is cleansing itself, bro. Y'all think this shit happening just for no reason? You gotta be a fucking idiot if you think like that. The time is now, bro. If your ass not meant to be here, bro, you're done. And that's on me. If you can't handle the smoke, if you can't handle the heat, goodbye.
Every time. It's like clockwork. Every time something goes wrong in Europe, somehow, it's our fault. Oh my god. So, Europe's in the middle of this record-breaking heat wave, the worst since 2003, which killed 15,000 people in France alone. And now France is dealing with over 1,000, I think it was 1,300 excess deaths since June 21st of this month in this latest heat wave. And who does the deputy mayor of Paris blame? Yours truly. Specifically, and I'm not making this up, she went on social media and wrote, and I quote, "Dear American journalists and social media influencers, for days, some of you have been criticizing and making fun of Paris because the city does not have AC in every room. OMG, this is so rich." Yeah, it is. She then said America, as the second largest greenhouse gas emitter, bears significant responsibility for what France, poor France, is experiencing right now. So she's blaming us, not the fact that only 25% of French households have AC, because their government spent decades telling people it was environmentally harmful. Or Germany's decision to shut down all their nuclear plants, reliable, low-carbon energy, which spiked electricity prices, increased dependence on coal and gas, and left the whole European grid less resilient exactly when it needs to handle heat surges like this. Or the European Green Deal and Fit for 55 policies that pushed aggressive renewable targets while energy prices went through the roof. So you had high carbon taxes, renewable subsidies passed straight to consumers, grid upgrade costs, all of it making electricity in Europe some of the most expensive in the developed world. Or the fact that European buildings, especially older French ones, were literally never designed for extreme heat. And then green policy priorities went toward insulation and passive cooling, not mechanical cooling, which sounds great until it's 140 degrees outside and your grandma is dying. But of course, it's our fault because we have AC like modern people should in the 21st century. Europe spent more than 2 decades positioning itself as a global leader on climate and clean energy, while making it impossible for their own citizens to stay cool when the summers got hot, which is what happens in the summer. And now the morgues are full, which is no laughing matter, and the deputy mayor of Paris is on social media lecturing American TikTokers rather than, I don't know, maybe lobbying to backtrack some of these policies.
Europe is on fire right now. 327 people have died in Spain. Record temperatures have hit France, Germany, and the UK. And summer has barely started. A massive heat dome pulling scorching air from the Sahara Desert has been sitting over Western Europe, pushing temperatures to levels never seen before. Spain reached 45 degrees Celsius. France recorded its hottest June day on record, while Germany, Belgium, and the UK all shattered June temperature records within the same week. More than 100 million Europeans experienced temperatures above 35 degrees Celsius at the same time. But here's the biggest problem. Around 80% of homes across Europe don't have air conditioning because they were built to keep heat inside during winter, not cool people during extreme summers. Hospitals are under pressure. Emergency rooms are reporting sharp increases in heat stroke, dehydration, and cardiac emergencies. Wildfires are spreading across southern Europe. Power grids are under strain, and authorities are urging millions of people to stay indoors. Climate scientists say this heat wave would have been extremely unlikely without human-caused climate change. And the most worrying part, Europe's hottest months, July and August, haven't even arrived.
It is hot. It is so hot here in France that it is hotter than 99% of the rest of the planet. And when it comes to per capita deaths because of the heat, it is Europe that leads the world. Now, there are many reasons for that, but a big one is that air conditioning is hard to come by. As the song goes, Paris in the summer when it sizzles. Fans are flying off the shelves. Rationing here, only one per customer. And air conditioning? Did they sell out or they just sold out? Oh, they sold out. Zachary Ullman, originally from Louisville, Kentucky, says the French are racing to adapt. I mean, do they have a choice?
Oh, I don't think so.
This latest heat wave is exposing more than just bathing suits. Unlike much of the United States, air conditioning is the exception, not the rule. Here in France, only about 1 in 4 homes has it. European regulations in some ways discourage it. Many historic buildings don't allow you to install units to preserve cultural heritage. Though rare, you can be fined tens of thousands of dollars for breaking the law. In Geneva, you have to show a medical need. But taboos are being reconsidered like never before. Many here still remember Europe's catastrophic heat wave of 2003, when more than 70,000 people died after 16 days of relentless heat. Cooling centers, public alerts, and emergency plans are now activated much sooner. The record heat is forcing every creature to adapt on 4 legs and 2. On the hottest day of the year, you decided today's the day.
Today's the day.
But officials warn against it. Already, at least 40 people have drowned trying to cool off in lakes, rivers, and canals across France. Europe learned to survive winter centuries ago. Now, it's racing to adapt to summer. Now, one reason that air conditioning is hard to come by is energy prices. They have been soaring since the war in Ukraine.
No. We drink a lot of water because it's impossible. It's really hot. We try to go only in the morning, and then in the afternoon we go back to our Airbnb and we just chill with the climatization, and then we go back out in the late evening.
Борется с жарой в Берлине.
We just watched a girl faint while making coffee in the heat here. We're in Cannes, France right now, and it's all over the news that there's a heat wave right now and apparently bugs falling on my face. And this is your warning that if you are coming to Europe for the summer, it's not a joke, okay? There's people left and right not serving alcohol, passing out on the job. I'm saved by this fan right now, but I'm Colombian and we live in Miami, okay? I thought we were being dramatic. We look, it's like 104 degrees. So stay cool and drink your water if you're coming for Euro summer.
The whole planet is heating up. The sun, the whole planet heating up. Over 1,300 folks done died in France through the sun, y'all. And it's just July. It just got July. It's a heat wave. Ain't nobody talking about that? The whole planet is heating up. Over 1,300 people that died from heat in France, y'all. So if you got hair tied up, be safe out here. Make sure you drink water. We is in the same planet. So y'all, 1,300 people just died, and it's just July already from heat exhaustion. Dr. Hood, thank me now.
2,000 people died from the sun in Europe between France, Romania, and England, I think.
This person is arguing that Europeans don't care about each other because more Europeans are killed by heat than Americans are killed by guns. Now, my argument is that it's not about the total number of deaths that helps us to gauge how compassionate a society is, but how those deaths are actually viewed. And I'm going to prove this by showing you what it would be like if Europeans talked about heat deaths in the way that Americans talk about gun deaths. Last week, 20 children died in their classrooms during a heat wave, so now is not the time to talk about how to prevent heat deaths. Because emotions are still so raw at the moment, if you start talking about how to prevent heat deaths right after we've had a whole lot of heat deaths, you're just politicizing heat, and that isn't fair. Heat doesn't kill people. People die from heat, and when we constantly blame heat for heat deaths, we're taking away personal responsibility. We need to make individuals ask themselves, what can I do to prevent myself dying from heat, instead of constantly blaming the heat for the heat killing people. Because heat doesn't kill people. People just die from heat. Being dangerously hot is a fundamental freedom, and 40,000 lives every year are a price worth paying so that I can have the freedom to be dangerously hot and to generate heat wherever I go. You know, if I want to close the windows and make everyone around me dangerously hot, that's my freedom. Yes, some people will die, but I would rather people died in a country that was too hot and people have the right to be too hot than in a country with air conditioning where everyone is a comfortable temperature. That's my right to sacrifice other people's lives for my freedom. Heat deaths aren't caused by heat, they're caused by everything else. Heat deaths are caused by social media, encouraging people to go on holiday to hot places. Heat deaths are caused by rap songs like Hot in Here by Nelly that encourage people to get incredibly hot. Heat deaths are caused by things like mental health problems and poor parenting. They are caused by anything and everything except heat. The answer to heat deaths is more heat. We need to have as much heat as we can because only good heat can prevent deaths from bad heat. So we need to have ovens in every single classroom so that if bad heat comes into that classroom, we can drive it out with more good heat.
So France is blaming America for the record heat wave happening across Europe that has unalived over 1,300 people, specifically blaming America's air conditioning. Paris's deputy mayor, Audrey Pulvar, who blamed America, said, "Dear American journalists and social media influencers, for days some of you have been criticizing and making fun of Paris because the city does not have AC in every room. OMG, this is so rich. As the second largest emitter of greenhouse gas emissions in the world, you bear a significant amount of responsibility for global warming and the consequences we in France are experiencing. Your cities, which are 90% air conditioned, are not unrelated to this. So please, enough with the lecture, just start doing your part." And Americans saw this and went on X to hit back at France, like Diga and CPA. They really think this is what's happening. Super Trucker, if you say so. Kira, the F we do. Katie, you guys could just get air conditioning, it is available. Dustin, the European mind cannot comprehend this. Absolute Resolve, good one, showing that China is #1 in CO2 emissions and not the US. And Demobyte showing a meme that regardless of anything, they will just always blame the US. Please follow for more news, and do you believe the US is to blame?
People are now dying whilst trying to escape Europe's heatwave. Today, France said at least 20 people have drowned after jumping into lakes, rivers, and canals trying to escape the extreme temperatures. But that's only part of the story, because this heatwave is now affecting huge parts of Europe, including Spain, the UK, Germany, etc. In some areas, temperatures are expected to reach as much as 45 degrees Celsius, and parts of France could hit 47 degrees today. Now, France has already placed dozens of regions under its highest heat alert, and officials are warning people not to swim in dangerous areas, no matter how desperate they are to cool off. But here's how serious the situation is becoming. The heatwave isn't just affecting people. Schools have been closed, trains have been disrupted, even power systems are coming under pressure as millions of people try to stay cool. In Spain, temperatures have already climbed above 45 degrees Celsius, whilst the UK is now preparing for what could be one of the hottest ever single days in June in history. And experts say Europe is warming faster than any other continent, which means that heat waves like this could become more common in the future. So while this started with people trying to cool off in rivers and lakes, it's quickly becoming one of the biggest weather stories in the world right now. There is something that I haven't told you yet. First, make sure for the best global news around that you're following me. But what's important is I actually help businesses get more views on their social media videos. I do this using advanced video editing and my proven social media knowledge, which gets them more views than they normally would. We can also post these videos to your page, which saves you time. So if you're interested, message me on Instagram, the word editing.
Hey, guess what? Over 1,000 people in France have died from the heat. In 2 days, 1,000 people, actually more. They're still processing death certificates. But on the 24th through the 26th, it reached 104 in France. And they're not cut out for this heat. Only 20% of homes in France have air conditioning. And many of the people who died were elderly, 65 and older with health conditions, and they just died right in their homes.
Some people are literally afraid to turn on their AC right now. And that should tell you something. In some places, it's almost 100 degrees. I know in my area, 100 or more in many places. And that ain't no, oh, it's just a little warm outside. That is dangerous heat. This is the type of heat where being inside with the wrong conditions can start a medical emergency. And the sad part is a lot of people are sitting at home right now doing the math. Do I sit in the house and cook like I'm in a slow cooking crock pot because I can't afford the electricity bill? Or do I turn on the AC and protect myself and then be worried the entire time about the high cost of this bill when it shows up? Because that's where some folks are right now. Nobody should have to choose between a heat stroke and their utility bill. But unfortunately, a lot of people are having to make those decisions. So let's actually help each other out. If money is tight, what are your tips and tricks to stay cool in this extreme heat? What actually works? Because somebody watching this might need this advice today.
We have some really sad news out of Europe where the death toll has risen to 2,129 plus deaths, according to weather fatalities and the data that they've compiled out of the various sources available. Now, this is 1,058 plus in France, 1,029 in Spain, 25 in the United Kingdom, 7 in the Netherlands, 7 in Poland, and 3 in Romania, which is a truly, truly tragic situation. As you know, there is a big aversion to air conditioning in Europe, despite the fact that many people die during these heat waves. And it is just a true tragedy that some of the most vulnerable people are the ones who are in these numbers, you know, especially people who are elderly, disabled, etc. And I find it really, really terrible that they are not embracing AC.
Anyways, thank you so much for watching all of the clip I was able to roll out for you guys. And you guys, the truth is that if by any means or by any chance you tell a lot of wise people that this particular thing can literally be able to unalive thousands like this, a lot of them are going to tell you is a lie. A lot of them want to the point, they even went to the point of trying out a challenge of the sun that black people were literally doing. I brought out that video here one certain time, that was like last 2 months or so, where you see a lot of them doing this white people challenging what people are in the sun, what can their skin really brings for them, blah blah blah. And these people forgot that one of the reasons why they did sunscreen is because of people like them, for them to be able to use it. Now, in this particular situation where the whole place is literally heated, especially France, of most of the record that we've literally been seeing is literally heated, and this heat is literally unaliving them. Honestly, I don't know what to say as at this point. See, if you're a black person, you don't know what God has literally done for you. Melanated black person that can literally stay under the sun for hours without having any damage on your skin. I know how many times I walked under the sun and have not gotten any single damage on my skin. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So you don't know what God has literally done for you. If you have by any chance thinking, wondering, how did I even get into this black skin? Why was I not white? I would have wished to be white. These are kind of scenarios that you are literally going to see, that you're going to ask, you're gonna kneel down and tell God, thank you for everything He has done for you. Now the sun is unaliving them, and I don't know why a lot of them see it as an opportunity, especially those in France. I don't know why they see it as an opportunity to start blaming America. I don't know. Maybe there's probably something that they did with this white supremacy of a thing long time ago that we don't know. I don't know. But you know, the annoying part is that this is actually not the first time that something like this is happening. Okay, that's the most frustrating and the annoying part. According to some of the reports that I've actually seen and I've actually browsed as well, this literally happened, I think it's in 2013 or 2003 or so. I've forgotten the exact year, where over 15,000 people were also unalived by heated weather, the sun, and the rest of that. And still in 2026, they are seeing all of these. These are the things that is raising a lot of white people's eyebrow and saying, how are black people enjoying all of this, and they can literally not enjoy it even for once. And I feel like this is one of the reasons why a lot of them will also be obsessed with black people. This is one of the reasons why a lot of them will love to profile white people, and will love to profile black people, sorry, not white people. A lot of white people will love to profile black people, because at the end of the day, they've seen that we as black folks, we have a lot of advantage that we are enjoying that they can literally not enjoy. Like I said at the beginning of my video, let me know if you've seen any of this clip before. I just want to get your own opinion in the comment section. What do you think about all of these? And if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe, like this video, drop me a comment, and lastly, do not forget to share. Credit to the original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. I want to say a very big thank you to every single one of you liking, commenting, sharing, dropping super thanks. Also joining my membership. I do not take you guys for granted. You guys are absolutely the best. And yes, guys, with that being said, with no further ado, I do like I always say in my videos, I'm going to be seeing, but I'll see you guys in my next one. For now, bye guys. I love you guys. Mwah.